Cheers, welcome to my channel. This is a timely tarot oracle reading about random shift. And this is a timely reading, so if you're watching it at this time, it's the perfect time for you. Having said that, if it's been a while since I posted this, what was going on for you back then? That might give you further clarity as to your situation now. This is also general or collective reading, so just take the parts that resonate with you and leave the rest. We have the energy of the Hermit. So the Hermit is has gone through a dark night of the soul. A dark night of the soul is when you've been through a lot of hardship and you're just not understanding what direction to take. So he climbs the mountain to isolate himself, and he prays and meditates and isolates himself with God, so that he can get the answers to, like, what do I do next, God? What do I do next? And we have the North Star energy in the lantern there. So this is talking about following your North Star. When they talk about the North Star, they mean following your North Node, which is your destined path. And so this energy, when his rod lights up, he knows it's time to come down from the mountain and take action in the way that he learned while he was up on the mountain. And then we have Justice. And this is from my oracle, Tales from the Vector. And Justice is representing, justice comes from the physical or the spiritual realm down to the physical. And it's talking about, this card can also be talking about redemption of karma. And karma, a lot of people think, is punishment, but karma is actually cause and effect of your actions and sometimes your inactions. For instance, like if you take an action that you're injure someone, cause them suffering, struggle, and possibly worse, that energy is going to create karma, as well as sometimes when you don't take action and you could have stopped someone from suffering and struggling in that way, and you didn't do anything when you could have. Then there's also associated karma or indirect karma, and that is quite often it comes from our ancestors, and it talks about maybe they didn't have time to clean up what they wanted to clean up before they came down to earth, or left the veil, and they crossed the veil. And between my cat and the sirens, all of a sudden, as soon as I started this reading, everything went wild around here. And it feels like all of a sudden it got dark. So I don't know what that's about. It's kind of getting stormy outside. But in any case, this is talking about, them not being able to finish complete something, or they had something that they didn't feel they got justice for. So sometimes their energy comes through. And quite often this could represent skeletons in the closet. In this painting, we have the Dragon Kelly, and this is off the coast of Florida. I hope you can hear me. All of a sudden there's just a bazillion sirens outside here. Okay, here we go. I think it's getting quiet now. So we have, skeletons coming out of the closet, and sometimes Pandora's box being open. And this is in a cave off, the location of this dragon is in a cave off the coast of Florida, close to the Bermuda Triangle. It's at Bimini Road. I can never say that properly. It's an amazing site to see, like a historic site, and a lot of people feel it is the energy of Atlantis, and so we have a fairy that's from that energy hanging out with the dragon, and in a cave nearby. And we have so this energy is talking about the skeletons coming out of the closet, and us, the descendants, having to clear some of that karma up for our ancestors to clean up the bloodline. And this can also be associations that you have with this energy of, it could be people you work with or people that you do business with, friends, family, extended family, whatever it is. It's you could have associated karma that way. And then we can also fall into karmic spaces, because as human beings, we are going to make mistakes. We have a tendency to do so, you may have noticed. And so that energy is sometimes there's spaces that it's easy for all of us to fall into. We have this, so that's basically the underlying energy for this reading, is talking about asking God for assistance to clear up karma. And to have justice for something that has happened. And it could go down our family line. Our ancestors might be still asking for justice from across the veil. We have the, this is the Seven of Swords. And the Seven of Swords is talking, now that you know what you know, you have conviction beyond a doubt. And so this is sometimes talking, the wands are representing the element of fire. And they're made of wood, because wood fuels fire. So this is about taking passionate action. But this can sometimes represent the actions of others coming towards you. And you're standing on higher ground here. Something that you've learned maybe has caused you to decide, I'm going to fight for what's mine, go to higher ground. This wand is protecting the heart. So this is something close to the heart. And there's actions coming against you. Now, on one foot, there's a boot, and on the other, there's a shoe. So this can talk about being straddled between two worlds. And it can also talk about the energy of just not quite, like not being in between, like just being in between decisions, because we have this energy here as well. We have a lot of, like, it feels like heavy energy here. So this is talking about knowing what you know now, that you're going to stand up for yourself, and there's some actions coming towards you here. Sometimes this can represent someone walking in someone else's shoes. So you could be walking in your ancestors' shoes and decide, okay, now that I know what I know, I'm going to see if I can get justice for them. Or this could sometimes represent someone else walking in your shoes that shouldn't be. So identity theft or copycat energy or something, someone pretending to be you. And then we have this energy of, the Eight of Swords. Now, this is like when you're in a mental prison. There's nothing holding this person physically here, but she feels like she can't move forward. She's like, the swords in tarot represent the element of air. And so this is talking about our thoughts. And this can be, the swords are our mental intelligence and discipline of our mind. And so this is an overthinking mind. Like, she's having a really hard time figuring out what to do, and this is this energy where sometimes you just need to, they say if it's too much for you, to give it to God. And that God never gives us more than what we can handle. Some days you wonder, are you sure about that? And some of you might be saying that. So that's, because this is, this is heavy energy. She feels bound up, and sometimes this can be duty bound, because she feels like no matter what decision she makes, it's going to hurt people that she loves, or she's going to have to walk away from something she loves. We have in the background here, you notice her castle is there, and she has her back to it. And the blindfold can sometimes be like she just can't see the answer, or sometimes it can be she doesn't want to. And but I feel like there was a lot of emotion here. And there was way more water here at one point. And she's managed to get through like 7 swords. She has them behind her now. So these are thoughts that she's put behind her. And she only has this one here. So I do feel that she's ready to undo herself from this bounds. This being bound up like this can talk about feeling duty bound. Like you have to do something that you don't want to do. You have to make a decision you don't want to have to make. It's that type of energy. And but I feel like she is now, her right foot is moving forward. She's standing on dry ground on with the right foot. Her left foot is still in a puddle, but it's very shallow. And the water in tarot represents emotions. So I'm not saying her emotions are shallow, but I'm saying that the puddle is shallow. So there's less emotion there than there was when she first started working through this process. And I feel she's ready to cut herself free. She realizes, I have to take some sort of action here. I can't just not do anything. So this is the energy. And there is disappointment in love here. So this is talking about, you know, there's 3 cups here and a 4th one. Sometimes if this is romantic love, sometimes this could talk about a couple and a third party energy and being very disappointed. This gift here of another cup sometimes can indicate that there was a baby came out of this, but not between the couple. So this can be very disappointing energy. And then also sometimes it could maybe represent that someone that you've given 3 chances to, and they're asking for a 4th chance. And this could be like, you know, this could be a romantic partner, but it could all, the cups don't have to be about romance. It could be about anyone that you love, you know, family members, friends, whatever. And it can also be about something you love to do or something you love to be. So this could be, you know, someone that has disappointed you 3 times and they're asking for a 4th chance. And you're like, no way, 3 strikes, you're out. I can't handle any more of this. I just feel so disappointed. And then we have an energy also of maybe this is like a project or something that you have, or maybe, you know, like that maybe it's a work project or something you love to do or be. And every time that you've tried it in the past, it hasn't worked out to be what you want. And the universe is saying, oh, give it one more chance. And, you know, it could really work out this time. And you're like, oh, I don't know if I want to even try. I'm just so tired. I'm so disappointed. You know, it just, and that energy here is also talking maybe sometimes that you've tried love 3 times and every time that, you know, the relationships have not worked out. Or it could be, you know, businesses or something you're doing your best to get off the ground and you've done 3 attempts and it's not working. So this can be many things, but the underlying energy is disappointment. And I mean, you could sit there under this tree for the rest of your life and say, I'm not doing anything I love anymore. I'm not having any friends or family or love in my life, and I'm not going to be romantic. And that sounds pretty sad. So it might be time to come out from underneath the tree. You know, after sometimes when you hang out with God for a while, you don't feel like coming down from the mountain. It's much more peaceful up there. And then this card is talking about a heavy load for sure. You can see this person is having a very hard time bringing this load home. And again, this is talking about seeds you've planted that have grown into actions. But sometimes this can, you know, this is a harvest that you're doing your best to bring home. And sometimes it could be this heavy with any luck because of the fruit of your labor. Like this is the fruit of your labors, and whatever you've done has finally actually paid off. But a lot of the times it also represents burdens that you're carrying from other people, from the actions that you are still holding on to from the past, you know. And so basically this card is, if you've ever heard the expression, you can't see the trees or the forest for the trees, it's talking about you're so up close and in the details of something that you can't see the big picture anymore. He can't see that, like his home is just like 10 minutes away, but he can't see that because he's so exhausted. And a lot of people have a tendency to quit right before they're about to succeed. I don't know what that is about it, but you know, you'll be working on something and working on it, and then just towards the end, you're like, I can't do it anymore. I can't do it anymore. It's too heavy. So this is saying you need to put any burdens that don't belong to you. You need to put them down. And I think that's what this energy here, it's a difficult decision to make. And it's also talking about, you know, it could be something that is an asset for you at one time, but now your circumstances have changed. Like say maybe you purchased a house and it was like 5 years ago or something, and you really, like, you got it for a good price, you've enjoyed living in it, but now your circumstances have changed and you have an opportunity to move forward and you really, really need to move, but you got to sell your house first. And so you're like, you know, it's like you have so much to do. And on top of it now this, because like it needs, you realize I need to paint the house. I need to, you know, I'm going to have to hire a realtor. I'm going to have to do some, you know, odd jobs around the house. I'm going to have to pack all of it. And it just seems so overwhelming. It's too heavy. This is when this card is saying there is definitely things that you can do to lighten your load. Number one, put burdens down that don't belong to you. Let other people pick up their own burdens for their actions. No matter how much you love them, you need to let them deal with it themselves. The other energy is saying, hire someone to paint your home, hire a really good realtor, get them to, tell you what needs to be done. They usually know people that do a lot of different, electricians and plumbers and all of that, and get them to help you out with that. And then have them stage the house. And they know what they're doing anyway. It's way better. Put it in an expert's hands, and then use that time to clean everything up and pack and, move forward in that way. So there's always things that we can do to lighten our load. We just have to decide that we're going to lighten it. And we have this energy of the King of Cups coming in. King of Cups energy is there could be someone that wants to offer you a cup of love here. And why hold back and not take it if it's a solid offer? And look, the King of Cups is sitting here, and you see all this water around him. I feel that's how this was here. And I feel that this person knows that you've been going through a challenging time, and they want to offer you this cup of love. But they know that this is not a good time to offer this cup of love because you've got too much on your plate. So they have their right foot forward here, just like you do, taking that step to move towards you. But they're waiting because the King of Cups is the most emotionally available of all the kings. He has learned how to control his own emotions, and he is very good at it. And so he is considered he's the most likely to be in a traditional marriage. This is someone, when he offers a cup of love, he's offering like it's a steady offer. Most of the time that's the case. And sometimes like this energy around him, you see how calm he is. He's just like, whatever, out in the middle of this. And he's waiting for you to step out of the chaos so that he can offer you this cup of love. And sometimes this energy can also represent our paternal bloodline. So maybe you do have an ancestor across the veil that is trying to get your attention. This could be your father, your grandfather, great-grandfather, down your paternal line. Sometimes this card can also represent uncles and male cousins and brothers, that type of energy. So it doesn't necessarily, but it is representing the paternal bloodline. And then we have, okay, so we do have the death card here, which is not about actual physical death, but quite often it's just about a transition. It's not meant to predict anything. This is talking about the Grim Reapers coming into town, and there's a change is coming. So this is talking about a major transition happening. If you're in this energy, this is good news for you. And maybe also for your ancestors, because if you can clear the karma for the bloodline, then all the ancestors can rest in peace, and the descendants coming up are all going to have a much easier, better lifestyle because the karma has been cleared. So there is light at the end of the tunnel. And this older person doesn't want the Grim Reaper in town, though, and he's like, trying to barter with him. The younger kids down here, they're like, yes, we want change to come in. They're from a small town. So if you've ever lived in a small town, and you're bored, it's like, change is good. And one of them even has a flower here. So this is talking about, the cycles, that one cycle ends and a new one begins. And we have the sun here in between these towers. This is God's energy saying, I'm here. And this is talking that there's been a king trampled, but the king here is not an actual king. It's just a symbol for systems changing. So it could be like you're going through a major transition in your life of some sort. And that sometimes could be someone passed on, and it could be someone elderly in your family or whatever that is, that just didn't manage to clean up whatever it was that they wanted to get done. and they're trying to come through to you or in some way. And sometimes this can just talk about, like this negative cycle that you're in. If you have a cup of love and you start a new cycle, it talks about rebirth. The rebirth, I feel, of love in your life and feeling loved and feeling loving and enjoying that energy. So, and then look at this after that. See, the Grim Reaper came with good news for you. This is talking about the promise of a beautiful lifestyle. This is like the ultimate lifestyle in a perfectly imperfect world. And so this, the Pentacles in Tarot represent the energy of your health, your wealth, your happiness. This is the element of Earth. And it's saying that there's some sort of, this card quite actually can be like a windfall that comes in after hardship. So it's maybe unexpected money coming in or something. Maybe that's why your grandfather or your father is trying to reach you and say, look, I left you an inheritance. You need to know about it. You need to, I'm not going to rest until you have this. And so it could be talking about that. This is kind of like, if you watch the entertainment shows, like the talent shows, this is kind of like getting the golden buzzer, and then you get to move forward, and you get to skip some steps. And it's talking about having a beautiful lifestyle with the money coming in. You have the perfect partner, the children, like if you've always wanted to start a family, that type of energy. The pets, and you have neighbors that you can stop and chat with. So it's like you have a lifestyle that is really a beautiful lifestyle. And this is saying that this is what your paternal line wants you to have. They worked hard so that you could have this. And then something happened, you didn't get it. And that's this energy here. So this is talking about sabotage. This is being stabbed in the back like 10 times and left for unalive. So this is not a pleasant card, but I'm not surprised to see it with this light at the end of the tunnel. We can see that too. If you've been in a real dark time, it could be because of this huge windfall. And you might not even know there's a huge windfall, but maybe other people do, because this is representing. And sometimes this card can not just represent the thoughts you've put behind you, but it can also represent, having to leave your home behind and and that house energy came up. So, and sometimes this can talk about the thoughts of other people behind your back. So, it's hard to hear this sometimes, but this is an indication that these are people that you thought, like here you are being so careful, making sure you make really strong decisions because you don't want to hurt anyone you love. And it's some of those very people that are doing this behind your back. It's pretty clear. And so this could represent, this card can sometimes represent a decade of energy like this, because it's a 10 years. So it's like, this is talking that in 2025, that was a 9-year, and this card showed up in a lot of the readings at the beginning of the year. And I was thinking, a great way to start the new year. But basically what it's saying is 2025, 2 + 2 + 5 is a 9-year, and 2026 is a 10-year. So the cycle's ending and rebirth is happening. So this could be a blessing in disguise. This could be someone 10 times annually doing this. Like maybe this is something that I don't know how that works with inheritances or whatever. It could be a trust. It could be whatever, however it's set up. Maybe you are supposed to receive a certain amount of money annually. It could represent an energy of, 10 different people doing this, or even 10 groups of people. This is a lot. Like the 10 of Pentacles is a lot of money. It's the most, it's the lifestyle, but we're talking like the top, so billionaire and trillionaire energy at the top. So this is, quite often, if there's this amount of money involved, I mean, you may say, I don't have anywhere near that. Well, maybe you don't. but maybe there's something you don't know. And it's not necessarily that much, but it's talking about a lot is what I'm saying. And then we have the Seven of Cups coming in. And this is like a lot of opportunities that I feel like maybe you missed out on because you've been busy, dealing with this. And meanwhile, these gifts were coming in. Having said that, this is kind of a different card because in each of these cups, there's a gift, but each of the gifts has kind of like a challenge and then the possibilities wrapped around in the challenge. So it's talking about, that's how we grow as people. We become better people and we learn from having to take these challenges and turn them into, see the possibilities and then work into this energy. So this is talking about a lot of opportunities are going to be presented to you once this dark energy, I feel this is talking like the dark night of the soul here. And once this energy gets cleared up, that you'll start to see a lot of opportunities and you'll start to maybe notice that a lot of the challenges that you faced were actually, when you look at them now, like after the fact, once you get back up again and you have the strength to do so, it can be talking about, like that happened and it was really hard. But wow, I learned so much from it. And sometimes that's just the way the universe works. We have, okay, so we have Three of Pentacles at the top. So this could be, talking about you being in an elevated position and people were noticing the work you were doing, but they weren't people that were in your lifestyle. Like you didn't, maybe they wanted to collaborate with you and you didn't want to collaborate with them because you were following your lifestyle. And ever since they approached and you haven't joined them, your life, and this sometimes happens because there can be secret society energy and there's all sorts of, industries out there. Quite often this will talk about someone who has a talent that, people can do, but not many people would be willing to pay you to do it. So this is about like being a really good singer or, a really amazing artist, or this can represent, being at the top of your game in, maybe you're an actor or an actress. And this could be the energy of being in maybe a really, really good athlete. And so the energy I'm picking up is just like you've missed out on a lot of opportunities because the energy here, you were not in alignment with working with that energy. And I just feel like this is the result of it. It's not uncommon, it happens. There's certain societies and different people in the background that rule over Hollywood and that. We're seeing it in the news every single day right now. So it's not, we're finding out, oh my goodness, some of the things that have been going on in the background. So this is talking possibly about that. And if not about for you, it could be talking about it for your ancestors. I'm going to clarify this with my oracle. And we have the numbers on these cards represent the energy as the paintings are in my gallery. And I will put them in the order that they are in here. And then if you want, you can take a look and see if you can get more clarity. If you don't feel, you want more, if you want more clarity, that it might help. So we have perception, and that's when you know what you know, and you're going to stand up for yourself now. Before, when you didn't know what you know, you were in this position. So, this is talking about people thinking that, you could have had a lover or someone in your life that felt the grass was greener and left, and maybe they were involved in this energy, and it's talking about, now they're finding out that it was fake, but it caused a lot of this energy for you. We have the guiding star energy. So this is talking, it's really important to use your intuition. This is talking about following your North Star energy. The North Star, you do what God told you to do and you're going to get out of this. Okay, this is really difficult energy, but do what you learn to do and trust your intuition that what you prayed about, that you're doing, you know, following it. We have a lover on this card here that really disappointed you. And that again is saying, I feel this is a lover. This could be, you know, someone that, you know, this is someone, when it's a lover coming up like this, and the grass is greener on the other side, I feel there could have been a third party energy involved. Progress in motion. This is like destruction of what you were building. And until you put the burdens down from the people that you might still love them, but you can't be carrying their burdens for them. And now you're finding out that while you were carrying their burdens, they were burdening you, like with this energy behind your back. And that's really hard to take. So you were basically double burdened. This is sabotaging yourself by not doing something about it sooner, basically. And so destruction, yeah. And then we have temperance. This is about having, like, this is interesting because this is landing right on the king here. So if this is a new lover coming in, it's someone who has a lot of patience. They can see you are devoted to your path and what you're going through. And maybe in the background, this is someone that is actually not just your paternal bloodline, but this is an authority figure, and has been like trying to gather information to empower you in some way. And he knows that you're coming out of it because he's waiting to offer you a cup of love. The cup of love could be to, give you some advice about how to do it. And this definitely could also be about your ancestors saying thank you for being so devoted to clearing this energy up. And then we have dissemination of information. Yeah, there's been an elephant in the room and you're like, what elephant? I don't want to see the elephant. That's this energy here. But now you have to see it. So you're getting up. So this is a major reality check here. And then at the top, what do we have? Oh, and see, this is when you get to be returned. This is talking about being a star and being in your innocence still. Like choosing to open your heart back up, choosing to do what God said, choosing to be on your path, and deciding, you know what, after everything I've been through, I've learned a lot, and now I'm going to move forward again, and I'm going to do what I love to do, and I'm going to open my heart up to love again, and I'm going to, no matter what has happened, I deserve to have a good life, and I plan to have a good life. And at the same time, your ancestors are thrilled because you're clearing up all this energy for the whole bloodline, for everybody in your family. This is awesome to see this at the top. This is saying that, and we have it here too, like the guiding star. So you did a really good job. Congratulations. And if you don't feel like you're in this energy yet, there's light at the end of the tunnel. So just, you know, recognize it's coming. Like it's, you know, you have to have patience when you're on this kind of journey because you don't really know what's all happening in the background behind the scenes. All right, I do hope this is a real challenging reading, but it has a really good ending with the North Star energy. It's being shown 3 times. You're a star meant to shine, and just keep going. It's saying keep going. Don't give up now. You might be really, really tired right now. Don't give up. All right. I do hope this has been beneficial. Thank you for your time and energy, your likes, comments, and I really, really appreciate it when you subscribe, and I'm honored when you do so. I will be back with another random reading for you soon. Bye for now.